If every Sunday the thought of going to work the next day makes you start shallow breathing, and then eventually you full on panic hyperventilate at the thought of showing up at that office the next day, babe, it's probably time to quit your job. If you're used to carrying yourself a certain way, hair, nails, makeup, putting together an outfit, and then eventually you look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself anymore, it's probably time to quit your job. If your stomach starts twisting in knots and uncomfortable gas and bloating and you think, God, maybe it's my gut health and I need to go get supplements. So you buy all the supplements and nothing helps. Everything starts coming out of your skin. It's probably time to quit your job. If one day you wake up in a full stress hive rash and nothing helps other than a steroid shot injection from the urgent care, babe, come on now, quit your job. So I did. I feel like this time was like one of the hardest periods in my adult life, and a lot of it is documented, which I wanted. But we're at the end of my like fun employment era, so I did get a new job. I took a break in between the last job and the next one, so we're at the end of that. I start on Monday and I'm pretty excited about it. I am a bit nervous and traumatized, so yeah, I wanted to document like how the interviewing process went. Honestly, I posted a video and I was looking at myself and like watching how not me I was, and that's when I started like really ramping up my application process. But by that point I was so checked out that I felt a lot better about being at work. I knew I wasn't staying, so I was like, my plan was like September by the time I launched pop-ups that I would be out, but I'm like, I cannot make it till September. I have an interview today and I have been interviewing, but this one is like top of my list, and I've never been wrong about this feeling. I know that I haven't gone to the interview yet, but I cried just now because I'm like, fucking finally, like it's over, thank God. Like this, so I'm so excited about this. I have at my current job I have a photo shoot on Thursday. Today's Friday, by the way. I have a photo shoot on Thursday and I just keep imagining not showing up. Yeah, so the night before the photo shoot I stayed awake that night thinking about the photo shoot, and I started wheezing and hyperventilating at the thought of going to the photo shoot. So I didn't go to the photo shoot. I skipped work that day. I was wondering for a second if I'm gonna put on Chelsea boots, the black Chelseas, but I was wondering if I look a little too serious. Interviews have been leaning so casual lately, like jeans and a t-shirt, but I do think this is what I want to look like. So yeah, I have my portfolio there on my iPad and I think I'm ready. I'm gonna leave in about 30 minutes and I'm just going to look over my questions, prepare myself until then. Hi, I'm Kiera. Nice to meet you. I'm Kiera. What I didn't realize was that 3 months into having this job, I was like writing in my journal how miserable I was. I did not realize how long I've been, well, first of all, I gaslit myself so much into thinking like, oh, it's okay. Oh, this person's just having a bad day. Oh, it's me. Like, I'm taking it the wrong way. Oh my God, like, it's just, it was never the job. I loved my job. One big part of where my anxiety comes from often is the feeling of being trapped. And this job, the situation that I'm in right now is that this is like the first time that I've ever had the responsibility of not being able to quit my job on the spot. I lived at home until I was like 25, so I was like in college dorms or like had like in a little apartment for a year. But when I got tired of it, or like I don't want to do this job anymore, end my lease and go back home, you know? This was like the first time in my life that I couldn't do that because I moved in with my boyfriend, and I have the responsibility to him. And then also, I don't believe in not having something to fund your work, your passion, your art, until the art is funding the art. So I'm like, I can't just leave everything hanging. Like, I need an income. I don't believe in not having something that's like keeping you afloat. I have a second interview today for a company I have not told you about because things moved really like choppy with this one. So yesterday I had the first interview. Actually, this company is based in France, so it was really hard to like get a good coordination of like phone times. This interview was a shit show on her end, and it went as well as it could have gone, as on my end, in my opinion. I just think it's funny how badly it went on her end. Like, her computer crashed and then she had to get on her phone. She was like talking and speaking French to the guy like beside her, and she's like, I'm sorry, this is the IT guy, I'm really stressed out. A game that I play while I'm interviewing is, how long can I get them to not talk about the job? And it sounds counterintuitive, but I'm like, if I can build a rapport with them first, I'm like leagues ahead of my competition as far as like, you know me now. You know that I like to giggle. You know that I have a good time. And then I'm gonna hit you with my credentials, but we've already bonded, you know? So yeah, I like when people are like, oh my God, yeah, this is an interview. Like, I should ask you questions. And then when they do ask questions, I got all the answers, girl. So technically, second interview for this company. And then I have a second interview for the first job I told you about on Wednesday this week. This process has taken forever, and maybe it's not taken forever because I'm just trying to like really get the hell on and I'm pulling my hair out, but like maybe it hasn't taken forever and I'm just being impatient. No, the last time I talked to you guys was like 2 weeks ago about this. Yeah, this process is taking decades. Okay, I'm gonna get dressed. I don't think I'm gonna change my pants. I'm wearing pajama shorts right now, but it's Friday and I'm probably gonna clean after this interview, so. Okay, I ate that as we knew I would, but on the phone she was like, I'm gonna send you a third round interview, please like confirm that you got it and like click yes to move forward to round 3. So that is for the week after next, and that might be too late, but we'll see how I feel. Like, this is a really cool opportunity. It's a lot of travel, which I'm not I don't know how I feel about at the moment, just because I'm working on something right now that it needs me present. So we'll see. But yeah, it went really well. I posted a lot about my job and like at my job that I probably shouldn't have, purely for the reason I started posting a lot more because I was miserable. But I started posting a lot more, and then I just like did not care if somebody saw that I was posting at work. And honestly, I probably will not continue posting at work because I hope to enjoy my job now from now on, and I want to keep it. So I started posting a lot more because I was miserable, but the sense of community and the sense of purpose at that job made me seek it elsewhere. Here. My second interview is today. Again, I feel like I look too serious. Like, I might change the pants, but I don't feel nervous at all. I feel like I'm going to go meet my coworkers. The invitation was a team meeting or a team chat. So yeah, I'm gonna change my pants. I feel like I look too serious. So my follow-up interview was yesterday, and I just finished my workout, as you can see, and my gym got a makeover. Like, there's all new equipment and everything, and I was just telling someone that I have this like comfort in the place, or we were having a conversation about like the comfort in the place that you currently are, even if it's hurting you, and because you feel comfortable in that place, though it's hurting you, you will stay there and like continue to be hurt rather than be uncomfortable in the transition to something new. And so this is like teasing me now. But yeah, my interview went well. I do expect that next week will be my last week. So hello and goodbye, new gym. I got the call today. I did do my happy dance. I am very grateful and very exciting, but I'm not at all surprised. It had no other choice but to go this way because I said so. So, and the timing was perfect. The start date, the way that she called, when she called on a day that I'm off, like, no notes, 10-10. That was perfect too, because I said so. I said it was gonna happen this way, so it had to happen this way. The initial excitement is kind of worn off, and it's just kind of like a, yeah, I knew this. I said that yesterday, I said that next week was gonna be my last week. I've been saying that for a little while. I told somebody else next week was gonna be my last week. I told you guys next week was gonna be my last week. So I'm excited. So yeah, moving forward, I hope that the content can focus on atelier work and joy. But I really enjoyed talking to the people I talked to in my interview process. I know that's their job to make me feel like it's gonna be a really great job so that I take the job. I had a couple of options. The one that I went with seemed like the best community, and I like nobody was lying because everybody said the same thing at different like separately. Everybody said the same thing in different rounds of that interview. Like the people is what really makes their day, saying how much they laughed, and like that's what I was craving, so that's the job that I took. So yeah, to not jeopardize that, I won't be posting much more on the job side of things, but I will be focusing more on my personal building of my atelier. I honestly think that's it. Like I said, I start on Monday. I'm excited and nervous. And lastly, I just want to encourage anybody who's going through a similar tough season where you're looking at all these TikToks and they're saying the job market is trash. First of all, something that I really like saying, that I truly believe, is that doesn't apply to me. So if you're looking at all of these TikToks and they're saying that the job market is trash and nobody's finding jobs right now because nobody's hiring right now, that's a lie. That does not apply to you. And if you need my permission to say that doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. It didn't apply to me because I said that doesn't apply to me. Keep pushing. You got this. I believe that you got this. And I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you next time. Toodaloo!